recording people. That's somebody's life. That's stupid. Recording me, bro.
Somebody literally dumpster diving right there. This is Florida for real. You literally have a homeless person dumpster diving in a garbage can that's overflowing with septic water. This is the septic leak. Look, right there it is. Wow, dang. That's crazy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Tampa area. We just got off the highway here. This area around Temple Terrace is very diverse. Wow, dang. That's crazy. You can see a lot of people have been moving out of these areas. There's for rent signs everywhere. How many signs do you need for one small apartment complex? On their video surveillance, tow away, and neighborhood watch, like how much crap happens around here? That's a lot of signs for one single apartment complex. How does that even happen? Like, how do you end up where you have to styrofoam your door shut? So it's just about every... Yeah, I see him. So up here on the north side of Tampa, Temple Terrace, Cross Fletcher University, this is an area of like just really high population density apartments. It's just in all directions, small little apartment complexes like these. What's happening, baby? Some of the conditions out here are unreal. And it's the first of the month. A lot of people are moving out. You see U-Haul trucks everywhere. How do you even have an apartment complex with something like this? Like, that's unreal. So here's a smoke shop, and then there's another smoke shop right next to it. So this part of Tampa is very diverse. Here you have a Mediterranean supermarket in this little plaza. Almost every single business out here is ethnic in some way or another.
I think it's a food place.
I'm not sure what it is. Is it food?
Taste of Yemen. 4.6.
Yeah, I didn't even care what it was. I just saw the outside of the building and I'm like, yeah. So this is just like everything out here is ethnic, and today is a holiday, but despite the fact it's a holiday, trust me, this area has been suffering. You can tell by going through the residential neighborhoods, the amount of for rent signs, that these areas are in decline. You know, for the most part, it's not quite like a Detroit where you have a massive Arab community, or like, you know, other cities like San Diego that are like really established communities. For the most part in the United States, Asian communities are usually like really high income earners. Just about anywhere else in the United States, if you have Asian communities, they're usually very high income communities. In the case of Tampa, there's actually a lot of poverty among the Asian communities. May it be Indian, or may it be Palestinian, whatever nationality. It doesn't look like any of these are occupied. It's a nice piece of land right here. Now, Tampa has a lot of contrast neighborhoods. Like, for the proximity between nice areas and bad areas is really close. I'm telling you, like, if there are apartment complexes, people are leaving like crazy. And these aren't people that are moving to another part of the country. These are people who are leaving the United States, period. Even though this is a really nice area, a lot of people will rent out an apartment or an efficiency to somebody. The amount of trash outs here is insane. But even in like really nice neighborhoods like this, people still have a little efficiency, or they rent out the garage or something. There's some really nice houses just hidden back in here. So yes, these are contrast neighborhoods. All you have to do is go one block and it becomes a really nice neighborhood. Wanna be on Flala. Right there is where the rapper Julio got killed. And the thing about Tampa is, like, even in nice neighborhoods, people will have somebody in a camper in the backyard rented. Kid you not, like literally every single house here has a camper in the backyard. Let's just take a random turn into this little alleyway looking thing here and see what we can discover. And we discover... This is a real place in Tampa. This is real. This is a real place in Tampa. Now, my street smarts would tell me that this shopping cart blocking this road would suggest that there's homeless camps back here, and it's kind of a do not enter sign from the homeless. It's like a don't come in my hood doll type of thing. Yeah, there is a homeless camp here, but it's kind of crazy that they're just blocking the road. They're just blocking the road so that people don't come back here because they have a homeless camp. This is the weird thing about this area, contrasting. All right, guys, so I was gonna eat at this Panera, and then I realized that outside there is overflowing septic waste. I'll show you guys. So you see this water flowing right here? It is actually real life septic waste. The most obvious thing is the overwhelming smell. You can tell that it's septic waste because of the color. But look at this, guys. There it is. Going straight into the city runoff. This is real septic waste. Look at the color. You see the little blue algae on it like that? The smell is overwhelming. There it is. Look at the blue color. This is really Tampa, Florida, y'all. You literally have, I don't know where it's coming from, but without a doubt, it is like literally septic waste. I don't know where it's coming from. It's just overflowing from over here. I mean, the smell is indistinguishable. It's septic waste, and it's coming from back here, from underneath this garbage can somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly it's coming from, but let's take a look here. So maybe from over here. There it is right there. I mean, right there it is, dude. You can see the water flowing right out of it. And on top of that, there's also water coming from the roof, allegedly, right? But it's all getting mixed in together. This is Tampa, Florida, outside of freaking Panera. I don't know if you guys know this, but usually in the United States of America, you don't have somebody literally dumpster diving right there. That's crazy. This is Florida, dude. There's literally somebody dumpster diving over crap water. This is Florida for real. You literally have a homeless person dumpster diving in a garbage can that's overflowing with septic water. This is Florida, dude. This is literally dumpster drove food out of that dumpster. That's crazy. Let's get the crap out of here. You smell that?
Yeah.
Dude, did you catch the homeless guy dumpster diving out of a dumpster with overflowing septic waste? This is really the reality of Florida. When I was a little kid in Cuba in like the early 90s, you would see overflowing septic lids and stuff like that. We went back in 2011 and they had got rid of it. My question is, where on earth is the health department in this city? The situation in Florida is just pathetic. How do you have in a city across from a university? Isn't the university like right there? This is across from a university in Florida. This scenario is literally across the street from a university in Florida. How? He's dumpster diving, bro. Look, he's going around dumpsters. 2 people dumpster diving there. This is nuts, dude. There's 2 people dumpster diving at the same time over here. Look, the homie's literally dumpster diving. And this guy over here is dumpster diving too. Look, this guy in this car is dumpster diving. Look. And there's literally 2 people dumpster diving. The guy with the... There's literally 2 people dumpster diving out of the same dumpster at once. What on earth is going on in Tampa, bro? Look at this, bro. This is Tampa right now. This would be good cover photo material if I can get the right shot. This is literally like a human health hazard out here. Alright guys, so I just talked to the people that were dumpster diving and they don't want to be on camera. I really gotta leave this area. The smell of septic waste and garbage from all these overflowing dumpsters, it gets like inside of your nose and sinuses. Where like, even I think if I left this area, I'd still be smelling it. Look what you look at where look at this, dude. Look at this. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Just look at what's going on. Look at where. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Over here, it looks like this entire plaza is abandoned. It ain't just one business. Is any other stuff open? I think this whole plaza is abandoned, businesses and all. What was this place called? Pitas? I see a Venezuelan flag, a Lebanese flag. Katie, can you find out what those apartments rent for right there? Just out of curiosity. Thank you, love. I really appreciate it. Or the ones that were in front of the mess over there. It doesn't look like an old shopping plaza, but it definitely looks abandoned. Okay, so this is like a hospital, right? Apparently a hospital, but it doesn't take much to figure out that it's abandoned as well. So this over here is going to be student housing, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get you a price for that. It's not a surprise that they've had to put 2 porta potties out here, probably just to keep people from defecating in this abandoned building. And then the irony of it all is that this is supposed to be like very expensive student housing. Like they have a pool of palm trees on the roof of this thing. Like these quote unquote luxury student housing apartments are literally overlooking whatever the crap's going on down here. Parking for the Star Employee of the Month. There's homeless camps right back there. You can just see them right there. This is not, we've had to put our windows down to get the smell of feces out of the car and septic waste. The health departments here are absolutely useless. This is bizarre. Can you imagine in this freaking heat today to have to be scrolling around in a wheelchair? That's so sad. And then there's a Sprouts across the street. Like, do you even know how much it costs to get food at Sprouts? Like, not even I can afford that. You got these 2 girls that just hopped out of the back of the sheriff's car. I wonder what the sheriff was wearing with them. So yeah, like this used to be like a very prosperous mall, and then the you know, after the whole riot phase where they burned down buildings and stuff, the Foot Locker or Champs across the street, they burned it to the ground, and then the businesses left. Like every single, let me just give you guys some history on what happened here in Tampa. Every single jewelry store, every single business got, what are they called? They looted. They're looting. Every single business here got looted. They broke the windows. They stole everything they could. The shoe store, the jewelry store, everybody here got robbed. All these areas were prosperous before the riots and before COVID. It was like all this was stores, and then after these savages here, I mean, if I invest into a community and the first chance they got, they rob and break into my store, I'd leave that. I wouldn't invest. Why would you? Who would be stupid enough to invest again? So this area is in a massive decline. I mean, you can't even blame people. Like, if you invested money into a community and the first chance they get, they hit a lick and rob everything they can, I'd leave the community for a fact. I don't know how some of these businesses stood around. I wouldn't do it. But that's the problem with Tampa right now. It's like, these are a bunch of hood rat people waiting for the first opportunity they get to hit a lick. I mean, in theory, this is supposed to be a shopping plaza, but it looks more like a homeless camp. And there is a brand new Burlington here. We recently went to a Burlington. In Bradenton, we went to a Burlington. And you couldn't take your shopping cart outside the store because people will steal the shopping cart. So if you look around here, there's no shopping cart. Now, in Florida, when you go to a store, you can't take the shopping cart outside with you because the homeless people steal the shopping cart. So if you pay attention in this parking lot, even though there's a bunch of stores here, there's no shopping carts in the parking lot. You can't even go outside the store with a shopping cart because there's the homeless people, not even in California, homeless people will steal them, so they won't let you go outside with a shopping cart. And it's like, how is, not even in California, like, I tell you, like, Florida is right now, when it comes to hood rattery and lawlessness and just outright public disorder, Florida's worse than California. Like, I've been to Oakland, California, Compton, California. I've been to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Like, I've seen trashy places. And literally, dude, we're leaning in that direction, Tampa Bay. So across the street is Nas Halal. Now, that place looked really good, right? We did some food delivery out of there, and it was pretty good. All right, guys, so we're going to eat here at Nas Halal. Now, we discovered this place while Uber driving in the area, and they're supposed to be really good. Let's go. Let's get something to eat. Live in here, pretty cool.
You want to move? Bring it back, or?
This works. Alright, guys, let's get into this. You got some fries. Check this out, guys. The businesses here in Tampa, they'll put those signs up, and that means that they've had a problem with homeless people, and that if the cops see somebody, the cops can kick somebody out. There's a lot of halal food places all through here. There's another one right here, right next to it, and so it's a very diverse area. It's people from all over the world out here. There's no reason why there should be vacant commercial real estate in an area this busy. You see these green signs all over Tampa. It's basically the business owner giving the police department the authority to evict homeless people for food. It's sad to say, but the United States just simply doesn't care about its people. They put a warship halfway around the world overnight, but they can't do anything to help the people here that are eating out of the garbage. All right, guys, a little dangerous what we're about to do here, but we're about, baby, look at the baby ducks. A little dangerous what we're about to do here, but I'm gonna walk back over here by the railroad tracks real quick. It's gonna be a lot of homeless people back here, so homeless camps and everything, so it's a little dangerous of a spot. So we're just gonna walk over here by the train tracks real quick. There'll be all a bunch of homeless camps and stuff like that out here. Somebody right there. There's homeless people, you know, all through the sidelines out here. You don't see them because they're, you know, back in the wood lines and stuff, but like all it literally took is just walking through a hole in the fence, and back there's a bunch of homeless people. It's like a whole little homeless city. In the sushi. This time of day and this heat, being out here in these streets or in a homeless camp in the woods, absolutely brutal. This area out here is known as Suitcase City. And well, the name's kind of self-explanatory. It's an informal name, it's not a real name, it's just a general area in Tampa known as Suitcase City. There is a for rent sign here, but there ain't much else going on. I thought they'd have a phone number or something, but nothing. This driver's here don't give a crap about none either. So if you got bad credit, low income, you're just the bottom of the bottom economically in Tampa. When it comes to low income rentals, just the bottom of the bottom of the bottom, this area of Tampa known as Suitcase City, this is really where it's at. And this area has always had a lot of for rent signs, but recently, yeah, it's been a lot more than ever. You'd have to go back as far as 2007, 2008 during the last recession to find more for rent signs than what we got going on now. Look at how many cameras they gotta have by the mail area. At least they've mowed the grass recently. Sometimes this place doesn't even mow the grass. See, the thing about Tampa, too, is like most of Tampa, you know, Tampa's a city that some of these apartment complexes don't mow the grass, don't clean up. Type of places that are just, well, fairly unkept. And wow. Fancy, fancy. There's like literally homeless camps just all along the perimeter of this apartment complex. It's like literally people just living in the woods right here. That's crazy. The reason why those homeless people are there is probably because in these apartments they can find whatever they're looking for. They have to keep the scrap metal behind a fence that's, what's that, 14 foot tall? You know, the sad thing is, it isn't just one place in Tampa that looks like this. It seems like in this price range, everything in Tampa looks like this. These are spikes. You see that right there? Those things will cut your tires if you drive up them the wrong way. So this community has spikes here. So if somebody were trying to drive into this community the wrong way, they would hit those spikes and it would destroy their tires. I mean, at the end of the day, how is this even legal? And where else in America have you seen this? But that should just give you an idea of the type of crap that goes on here. This area really is sad and depressing in a lot of ways. Everything is predatory out here. I mean, And you drive through here, and so many of these apartments are just empty and vacant. Like a lot of vacancy. You can just see it. Technically these type of living conditions shouldn't exist, but it's just that you have so many predatory landlords here in Florida.
Do you not see the peacock?
Where is that?
Over there. Pull up a little bit.
I don't see it.
At the White House.
Oh, okay. There's a peacock? Where at?
There's a big old peacock over there.
I don't see it.
It's going into the backyard.
Oh, yeah. There's a peacock. Okay. Nebraska is the most notorious major road in Tampa. This street has a bad reputation. Welcome to Nebraska, one of the most notorious streets in Tampa that keeps your trail, man. Anything you want can be found on these streets of Nebraska. Whether it's powder or flesh, it can be found here. This is the Nebraska. This is a street that's known for flesh sales. You can literally buy flesh on the streets out here. Girls walk. She's walking and she's dancing. So in broad daylight, women are out here, dancing on the streets. It's sad. It's sad that this is what happens here. That girl is literally dancing in broad daylight. At least in Los Angeles on Figueroa Street, you have to wait till nighttime. I mean, even in Los Angeles, you have to at least wait for it to get dark to find the girls on the street corners. This is in broad daylight out here. It's crazy. People don't stop to think that these women are on the streets and have to wash their underwear in a Burger King bathroom. City of Tampa out here at this little motel. Across the street from the famous burger place, which is now closed. Cop literally almost ran me over. I'm on the sidewalk too. Road. And a bike. It's a regular day on Nebraska. With the Alpine Liquors in the background. This is just what happens here. Surprised they didn't pull me over. These are what traditional neighborhoods look like in Tampa. This is like your typical Tampa neighborhood, in the city core. I don't know what these things are called. I don't know if they're called shotguns or bungalows. I think these are like craftsman bungalows. Some are craftsmen, some are just bungalows, but it's kind of like the style of Tampa homes. It's a style very unique to Tampa. I mean, not unique to Tampa, but like it's very prolific here. No, bro, I'm gonna pay you to record, man. They don't lock you up for making YouTube videos.
That's real fucked up. You keep on recording people. That's somebody's life. That's stupid. Stop recording me, bro.
I'm gonna pull a body cam footage too. We gotta leave. There's people screaming and threatening us.
Okay.
She says it's somebody 50 people gossiping. Now this is my job, and my job is legal and legitimate. I pay taxes on it. I'm a YouTuber. It's pretty simple. In the city of Tampa, I can pull body cam footage of anybody who got arrested. Anybody. including myself, can go on the website, pay $100, and get that body cam footage of anybody getting arrested anywhere. That's 2025. If you get arrested in 2025, anybody can pull that body cam footage. In fact, last night, how many body cam footages we pulled last night? Like 7 or 8? 7 or 8 body cam footages that I requested last night. Now, sometimes the police don't let you get them. Some police departments don't let you. Some are better than others. So this is something that's happening all over the country, and in particularly African-American neighborhoods. Walgreens has been closing down a lot of their stores, but predominantly they've been closing stores in African-American neighborhoods. You can see here behind this pillar that somebody's just kind of laid up over there. There's actually like a little couch right behind that pillar. And look, guys, I hate some of the things that I have to do for my YouTube channel when it comes to recording people and things. Like, I got to record homeless people. When I first started doing that, it felt so wrong that I literally went out there and started paying homeless people to get their interviews. And sometimes I would pay them more than it was worth. I need to do my work, my video making work. It's not easy. I'm not gonna lie, like, I really don't want to be outside of a motel recording you. All right, guys, we're on the corner of Nebraska and MLK. Needless to say, this is a very rough place to be out and about with a camera again. But again, I gotta do my work, man. So check this out. People have been dumping paint here. Now, it's very expensive to get rid of commercial paint. People have also been dumping couches here and mattresses. And, you know, there's a lot of homeless people here, so they can utilize all this stuff. But you can see that there's wet cardboard back here. Having to sleep back here on this wet cardboard. Went to Walgreens today, nothing more than an abandoned homeless camp. From Walgreens to homeless camp is the reality. Of course, in Tampa, people dump garbage everywhere. So it's starting to look like a landfill. And just so you guys know, that gray truck that was there literally tried to run me over on the sidewalk. And I was on the sidewalk. And when he came up around me, he literally almost ran me over. So even the police officers were hostile against me. But like I said, I don't have... I just barely got my GED recently, okay? You know, I didn't finish high school. I just barely got a diploma. So my education and my abilities and my injuries, because I'm also partially disabled at this point in my life because of injuries I've had. At this point in my life, this is what I got to do to take care of me and my family. You guys have no idea how dangerous it is to film these videos. And every time I come out here, you encounter every time you come out here to make these videos, you find yourself in some really scary situations. But I know I got to take care of mine. So it's not easy to be out here doing this. It's not fun. It's not easy. But this is what I do. Recently in Orlando, Florida, a news reporter was covering a story about a homicide. And they actually killed a news reporter. This happened in Orlando recently in Pine Hills. Doesn't want to reroute to go this way. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, the people on the sidelines are screaming at you, and then the law enforcement officer in that gray truck, he literally tried to hit me with that truck to intimidate me, you know. He got real close to me. I was on the sidewalk. He almost hit me. So obviously he did it on purpose to intimidate. I should go pull body cam footage on him. Who I am going to pull body cam footage on is the gray truck. Because the guys in those gray trucks almost hit me on the sidewalk on purpose to intimidate me. I want to pull the body cam footage and see what they were saying inside that truck when they were doing that. And they don't imagine that I got the money to pay for the body cam footage and see what they were doing. But that's what we're going to do. I'm going to see the body cam footage. I want to see the body cam footage of what they were saying inside the truck when they were trying to hit me, laughing probably. Honestly, you couldn't pay me to live in Tampa. Literally. You call internal affairs. You think internal affairs gives a crap about you recording, and they don't give a crap. Like, that's the thing about people. Once people got a badge or something, they do whatever the crap they want, you know. Yeah, you want to try that Wawa over here on
Yeah.
You know, like day-long
Yep.
videos. Like this is the 4th one in a row.
Yep, we catch somebody getting arrested. That means
because
crime is increasing.
It's out of control, dude. Crime's out of control. You remember the video we did? Okay, what was the ones we did recently? Yeah, like 4 videos in a row where we've recorded somebody getting arrested. It's not hard, basically, to go into the streets in Florida these days and catch somebody getting arrested. That's wild.
Yeah.
It's just a normal thing now. You could just... That's not the right gas station, but well, there.
This is Wawa. This is one.
Maybe it's not a Wawa. Is it a racetrack? Food Town. No, we're way off in East Tampa here. I mean, the amount of homeless people in Tampa, it's insane. It's like everywhere you go, like the whole city, it's like everywhere you go, there's homeless people. In the McDonald's parking lot, they've had to put up a trailer with cameras. That's how much crime there's been at this McDonald's. Homeless population in Tampa, this is like out of control out here. It's like, this is becoming like a Portland, Oregon type of thing. Here we are at this random intersection. How many homeless people do you think are at this intersection right now? Like, how many people are homeless at this intersection? And it's not like one part of Tampa's bad. Like, dude, we've been on the east, the north, we've been all over. Oh, don't go on the road, don't go on the road. Okay. All right, cool, keep going. All right. Don't go on the road, man. Wild work. You literally cannot stop at a gas station here in Tampa without panhandlers asking you for change or something. It's hard because I try. You can help one people here or there, but you can't. Every time you go somewhere, have to give somebody something. It's impossible. But trust me, guys. I hate what I have to do with my YouTube channel, but I do have to show you guys what's really going on in the streets out here. And sometimes it's not easy. Like, it's not easy for me to have to do it. It can't be easier for people that are out here living these nightmares. But it is important for people to know the reality of what's going on in the streets, and that's what we do on our YouTube channel. And you believe at times it's not easy. Like this guy right here, I don't know who he is, you know? Yeah, I'm recording him, but he's been out there walking like for half an hour. He just sits there and paces back and forth. Like, I can't imagine what type of trauma, what type of hardships that young man's living. And I can only help one person here or there. Like, I can't help everybody out there. It's impossible. You know, I wish I had all the money in the world and I could help people left and right. But even money doesn't fix every problem that people have. I mean, it's 90-some degrees and this young man's been walking back and forth in circles for half an hour that we've been at this gas station, you know? And I can't imagine what type of trauma, right? I can't even imagine what type of trauma this young man has, what he's going through. You know, it's hard out here. It really is. You know, this gentleman right here, dumpster diving in the garbage and eating stuff out of the garbage. This is the 4th person I've seen today eating out of a garbage today. You know, he picked up a Starbucks cup from there and he took a sip out of it. So he's literally eating out of the garbage. That makes the 4th person that I've seen today. The 4th person I've seen today eating out of the garbage. That's crazy, you know? It's insane how many people are out here just looking for food. And this is supposed to be the greatest country in the world. Hard to tell. Some people say that this is the greatest country in the world. It's really hard to tell. When I tell you there's probably 15 people homeless at this intersection, I'm not exaggerating. The situation here in Tampa is just how many people are out here with no food, digging through the garbage in this heat, man. Old people, young people, white, black, Asian, every sort of person, every sort of age. It's not easy for me to record this stuff. Like, it's just somebody there on the ground. Catch that one? Wow. It's overwhelming. The misery out here is literally overwhelming. And I gotta record it, and I hate it. Like, I hate that I have to come out here and record this stuff, but it's my job. It's not fun. Police officers' jobs aren't easy either. You know, a lot of people's jobs aren't fun. A while back, I was doing the series where I was interviewing homeless people. It got a crap load of views. I mean, I had to stop doing it because I started having nightmares about becoming homeless and I got to the point where I literally got to the point with the homeless interviews where I needed therapy. I gotta admit, man, the situation in Tampa, it's gone to crap, man. Like, crime is obviously out of control. Homelessness is rampant. People are just dumping garbage everywhere. Like, the same things Tampa's always had, but I feel like it's really getting worse. Like, I really do feel like Tampa has kind of taken a dive for the worse here lately. The economy is horrendous. I mean, a lot of businesses had to close with the whole immigration thing. A lot of home construction's practically paralyzed. A lot of the investment that was coming into Tampa was international, and that dried up. International tourism dried up, and that was a huge thing here in Tampa. It's looking pretty bad. I mean, this is probably the worst I've ever seen Tampa. What do you think, King?
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't think I've seen Tampa this bad since like the maybe 2007, 2008. Back then it was worse. Maybe to 2012 or something.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to go back to like
It's been a long
yeah, it's
time
been a
since
long
I've seen it that
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, you'd have to go back quite a bit to see Tampa in this condition. The situation in Florida right now is not a joke. Today, there were so many Uber drivers at the Tampa airport that the Uber lot was actually closed. Earlier today in Fort Myers, there were over 100 Ubers waiting at the Uber lot. And in Sarasota, over 35. The situation on the streets of Florida is difficult right now. People literally don't have money. When you have 100 people waiting at the Uber lot in Fort Myers for 6 flights, those people are going to be there for hours to make a $12 or $13 Uber ride. And guess what? They don't have a choice. They need the money just to pay the bills, just to have food. The situation in Florida right now is dire.